Hello everyone and welcome to this presentation on Sage Enterprise Intelligence hosted by BAASS Connect Virtual 2021. My name is Jasdeep Bogal and I'm Pre-Sales Engineer for Sage Enterprise Intelligence and I will be walking you through this presentation today. So first of all, let us understand what is Sage Enterprise Intelligence. Sage Enterprise Intelligence, or in short SEI, is a fully integrated business intelligence and data management solution that helps organizations make informed decisions based on the real-time data. Its easy to use and simple interface allows users to access and analyze the data in a self-sufficient manner, thereby eliminating the need for disparate tools and specialized skills. So let us go ahead and dive right into the product demonstration and explore the various features, functionalities, and the platforms of Sage Enterprise Intelligence. We will begin by looking at the embeddedness of Sage Enterprise Intelligence within the Sage X3 ERP. Here, for example, we have some native SEI dashboards embedded within the Sage X3 screen, the CFO dashboard, which comes with various KPIs, visualizations, and the reports all presented within the same page to give us a complete overview of the financial situation. We can create multiple tabs here on the top as well to include various dashboards. For example, here we have a profit and loss dashboard providing us the various KPIs on the gross profit margin, the OPEX ratio, net profit margin, also with an embedded view of the income statement report. We can use the panel here on the top with the help of which we can easily filter on the data on these dashboards. For example, if you would like to pick a different fiscal period, apply that change, and then it readily changes everything on the dashboard based on the selections that we make. Similarly, we can create another landing page for the sales dashboards, further create multiple tabs covering various dashboards native to SEI, providing us the insights on the sales with the various visualizations and the maps. We can also embed the whole application itself within the Sage X3 screen and have access to various data models, the dashboards, their worksheets and reports, all of it while remaining within the ERP. Now we will switch to the standalone application of Sage Enterprise Intelligence, which can be accessed on multiple browsers and also available in multiple languages depending on the user base. Each SEI user gets a unique username and password, and there are different security settings that can be tied to each login, making sure the users have access to the right information. And by logging in, we are taken directly into the main landing page of the application, where we have the command center on the left-hand side, which comes with various tabs here on the top, namely Data Models and Views, which is the repository for all out-of-the-box reports, graphs, and charts, dashboards, which are also delivered out of the box, Report Designer, and also a favorite section to save the reports that will be used most often. SEI provides us the two different sets of templates, one of which is the ERP specific template, which is tailored to Sage X3 in this case. So the various modules such as sales, finance, CRM, logistics, manufacturing, project management are the modules within Sage X3, and they further consist of their own sets of data models. And these data models further consist of the pre-built worksheets, graphs, and charts. This ERP-specific template allows the users to have access to the real-time data, which means any of the transactions posted in Sage X3 will be reflected into these reports right away. On top of that, we have the Universal Data Model. The Universal Data Model is based on the OLAP Cube technology, and it allows users not only to connect to Sage X3 as the ERP system, but also many other data sources. The data sources that users might want to connect to can be in the cloud or on the premises, and they can be both Sage and non-Sage products. Currently, the Universal Data Model is available for finance, sales, CRM, and inventory, and each one of these further consists of the industry standard reports and KPIs. So let us open some of these reports and understand how they work. We will begin by opening a balance sheet report. And as soon as we try to open this report, we are presented with the selection page, which is a set of different filters where we can clearly define what exact information we would like to see as the report loads. These selection pages can be customized as per user needs, and we can fill in the information for the data, such as the fiscal year, the chart of accounts, the company code, the global currency, which we can manage within the solution itself. So if you would like to see the postings in USD, we can go ahead and select that currency and confirm the changes. And as a result, here we have the balance sheet report with the various filters applied as chosen on the selection page. These worksheets based on the main principle of groups, pivots, and columns. So the information that we see here depends on what fields are entered into these shelves and in what order. For example, in the groups we have 4 different fields, starting with the report level 1, followed by report level 2, account codes, and the document number. If we come into the groups column right here, we have the assets, liabilities, and stockholders' equity, which represent the report level 1, which are further drilled down to see the next level of detail, which is the report level 2, showing us the current assets and fixed assets for assets, current liabilities and long-term liabilities for liabilities, and we can further drill this down to see the next level of detail, which would be the account codes. And on the other side, we have the 2 different columns comparing the ending balance actual versus the ending balance from the last year, which is placed in the same sequence as we see here in the columns shelf. This is a generic template which is provided out of the box, but if you would like to bring in the new dimensions into this report, we can easily go and grab the dimensions from the toolbar here on the right hand side. The tool called Dimensions and Measures houses all the different dimensions and the measures. For example, in the organization, we have company codes and site codes and the various analytical dimensions as defined in the ERP system, which we can easily grab and drag and drop into this report to see the desired information. So let us say if you would like to bring in the analytical dimension 4, which represents the various departments, we can grab that field and drag and drop that and place it at the desired location, which would be pivots in this example. And as a result of that, we will be able to see the balance sheet report, drill down on that to see the different account codes, and see the postings for each particular department by keeping them side by side. On the measure side, we have access to over 100 different KPIs, which we can easily drag and drop into the report to see the desired information. For example, actual posting has postings, posting from last year, debit, credit, variance percentage. There are measures based on the year to date, rolling 12, budget and actual mix, and we can grab as many measures as we would like and drag and drop them into the report and see them added to the report right away with all the calculations. The Universal Data Model for Finance also provides us the pre-built reports on accounts payable and receivable, both of which contain the historical reports, which gives us the access to the historical information on the clients who owe us the payments. For example, in this worksheet, we have the various aging brackets with the time intervals from 1 to 30 days, 31 to 60 days, 61 to 90, so on and so forth, where we can easily view which of the clients owe us the payment and how long it has been. Let us now explore some of the real-time sales reports. We will open a simple invoice by customer and product worksheet. So in this worksheet, we are looking at the year, which is drilled down to the customer codes, which are further drilled down to the product codes. And as we see that right next to the description of these products, we are also having access to the images of these products, which we can hover on to enlarge them and see what exact product we are looking at. And right next to these images, we also have the hyperlinks. These hyperlinks are set up in a dynamic way, which means clicking on them will take us directly back into the ERP system, and we can log in directly, and the information gets filtered on the exact same product that we were looking in the worksheet, and therefore we can use the native tabs within the ERP system to change any details about the product or have some more information about them which is not present in the worksheets. We can also do column formatting on these reports as well by setting our own business rules. For example, in the margin percentage column here, we have set 3 different business rules. We can easily bring out the information that matters the most. So if you go into the margin percentage, column formatting, we can see the business rules defined right here, which states that if the margin percentage is less than 20%, we would like to see it with a red background. If it is between 20 to 50, we would like to see it with the yellow background. And if it is greater than 50%, with a green background. This way we can set up multiple business rules on the same worksheet and view them at all times, even if we slice and dice a report further. The Universal Data Model also offers a module on inventory where we can have access to the various reports such as the sales order stock movement, the quality control, inventory balance, stock valuation, inventory aging, stock by warehouse opening balance, and many more right here. So let's open a quality control report, for example. This report covers a lot of different KPIs such as the stock beginning balance, the net change, the on-hand beginning balance, quality control beginning balance, quality control net change, and we can easily drill down to any level of detail depending on how many fields we have entered into the shelf right here. So from the calendar period ID, we can further drill down to see which warehouses we have. And further drilling down on the warehouse, we can see what different products are stored in these warehouses and the various metrics which are related to these products, which are all listed here in the columns. Let's also have a look at the inventory aging report. In this report, we are looking at the company IDs, which are drilled down to the warehouses which are allocated to each one of these companies. Drilling down on the warehouse ID, we will be able to see what products are being stored there. And further drilling down on the product ID, we can see the raw level details such as the document number, the product date, and the various metrics which come along with this, including the aging brackets, showing us for how long these products have been lying around in the inventory. There's also a module on manufacturing which covers many reports such as work order list, work order tracking, production worksheet, cost variances, MRP suggestion list, and many more visualizations which come as a part of these data models. Let's have a look at the production worksheet. In this worksheet, we have grouped the data by dates followed by the product numbers. So if you drill down on one of the dates, we will be able to see the various products in there. Drilling down on the products, we can see the tracking numbers and the stock units. And the columns here represent the various costs associated with these products, such as the production cost, the material cost, the labor cost, the overhead cost, and the number of hours as well. And then there is a WIP cost variance report, which covers various costs and the variances associated with that. If you go in the measures for this, here's a list of all the different variances which are covered as a part of this data model. When it comes to dashboards, there are several dashboards which are delivered out of the box specific to Sage X3 ERP, such as sales has its own set of dashboards here. Same goes for inventory and production, finance, procurement, accounts payables, project management, and a lot more of these dashboards are delivered with the universal data model, which consists of the various role-based dashboards such as the CFO, financial performance, sales, which includes sales summarized, sales performance, sales top performers, and even the dashboards on forecast realization and performance, since we can create the forecast and maintain them within SEI and further compare them against the actuals. Let us have a look at some of the financial dashboards to begin with. We will open financial performance. These dashboards are extremely powerful as they bring in a lot of different visualizations and put them together to build a full story around the business. We can see the various KPIs such as the return on asset, the working capital ratio, the debt to equity ratio, and even a worksheet which is embedded within the dashboard, which we can further drill down to see more details such as the various account codes. We can also very easily filter on these dashboards with the help of the filtering panels on the top, where we can go and choose a different fiscal period of our choice, a global currency. Let's say if we would like to change this USD currency into Canadian, we can select the currency and apply that filter, and then it readily changes all the data on this dashboard and shows us the numbers for Canadian. Let's also open a dashboard on sales performance. In this dashboard, we have a lot of different KPIs for quantity, cost, and margin, which we are comparing against the ones from the last year. And then there are many visualizations which are showing us the top 10 products in terms of their performance of this year versus last year. Then there's a map which has various states colored depending on where we had the sales. We can easily filter on the data. We can even make these visualizations talk to each other. For example, by filtering on Washington, all the data on this dashboard will be filtered and show us the numbers particular to the state of Washington. And then we can easily go ahead and remove these filters as well if needed and come back to the original form of the dashboard. We can easily spot the trends on these dashboards and even link these to the underlying data within the worksheets to find out the causes for any issues that we spot on these dashboards. For example, the aspirin product here has not done as well as its sales from the last year. So we can click on the bar representing aspirin and link this to a worksheet which we think would give us the right answers. So we are connecting to the sales summarized here and using the link to option. Coming into this worksheet which filters exactly on the product that we were looking at in the dashboard, which is the aspirin, we can further drill down to see what are the various cities is this product being sold in. And then we can further spot the information such as the city which had the lowest number of sales and share that information with our colleagues. Talking about sharing, there's a tool here in the toolbar which provides many ways to collaborate with our team in a safe and secure manner. We can export these reports in a format of our choice, such as PDF, Excel, CSV, HTML. We can also send a comment on these reports, where we can pick the marker and annotate on these reports and send them as an email to our colleagues. And the annotations that we create, which will also be sent out as an attachment with the email. And most importantly, the ability that the users have to subscribe to these reports and dashboards by setting their own schedule. With the help of the scheduler option here, they can choose an action on how they would like to receive these reports, whether by email or simply saving that on the network drive. Send it to the other recipients where they have the ability to add the various emails into CC and BCC fields. And finally, set the schedule. So if you would like to receive this report at 9 a.m. every Monday and Wednesday of the week, we can set the schedule here, hit subscribe, and SEI does the job of automatically sending out these reports on a regular basis. There's a more advanced side to Scheduler where we can create the reporting packs by selecting multiple reports at the same time and creating a bundle of these reports put together, which we can easily share across the teams. We can also use the conditions option. For example, a warehouse manager who wants to keep a close eye on the inventory stock levels could come in here and set up a rule that if the inventory stock levels fall below 100, he would like to receive a notification on that. And as the event arises and he receives a report, he can then go ahead and reorder the stock levels and be proactive about the situation. There are also dashboards based on the inventory and production. So we can go ahead and open one of these dashboards, let's say manufacturing. In this dashboard, for example, we are looking at a lot of details such as monthly quantity by site, the cost by production site, the WIP cost variances, and a production worksheet chart. Lastly, SEI now also offers the reporting tree as its latest feature, where we can set up the different filters and easily filter on the reports based on the company's hierarchy. The reporting tree can be found in the report designer section, and it allows users to set up the different filters the way they would like and based on the company's hierarchy. For example, for a company with multiple entities spread across various regions, they could set up a consolidated as their parent filter, and clicking on that, they will be able to see all the postings of the company at large. And then they can go into the individual regions and the various entities within those regions. Click on that and see the postings for that particular entity or company code. These company codes further could have the different sites, and then we can simply click on the site code to see the postings for that particular site. In these examples, we are looking at a reporting tree setup for a financial worksheet, but it is not only limited to financials, which means users can set it up for warehousing operations, the sales operations, manufacturing, so on and so forth. SEI also provides a platform on Microsoft Excel, which is the Excel add-in, and here are some of the sample reports which have been created using this tool. There's a financial analysis, income statement, trial balance, balance sheet, and some of the visuals which have been created by using the Excel features and the data extraction abilities of SEI. The SEI Excel add-in comes with over 25 different tools which we can use to create reports like these. The data extraction helps users to bring out the dimensions of their choice directly from the database, and then they can start building the calculations on the fly with the help of the formula visit. The formula visit comes with easy pick and choose functionality where we can go and pick the data model that we would like to work on, choose the field, and the operation that we would like to do while performing the calculation. Here we can choose the different filters, such as fiscal year, it is coming from the cell D7, fiscal period is coming from D8. So this way we can easily do the mapping of the different fields and apply them as the filters. And this results in these calculations. Then we can use more advanced tools such as the formula drill down to drill down to the various levels of postings that add up to give us this sum mentioned here in the cell right here. And then we can choose the desired fields, which results in the spreadsheet, and we can view all the different postings which add up to make the sum. We can also create duplicate copies of the existing original reports and spread them across the various dimensions such as the fiscal period, the company code, the cost centers, the department codes, so on and so forth. For example, if you would like to create multiple copies of this financial performance spread across two different companies, we can go into the duplicator tool, choose the data model of our choice, select the company code as our dimension, and specify which companies we would like to spread this report across. And as a result of this, we will have two new spreadsheets created here at the bottom, which will show us the same financial performance report for the two different companies. To conclude, here is why organizations choose SEI as their company-wide solution for data analysis and reporting. There are many advantages which SEI offers, such as its seamless integration with Sage ERPs. Today we saw full integration of SEI with Sage X3, and there are many more ERP systems out there which the solution supports and integrates with, such as Sage 300, Sage 100, and even Sage Intacct. It's a comprehensive BI solution which eliminates the legacy systems and all the manual work which comes along with that. Its easy to use and intuitive interface leads to the higher user adoption, and users feel comfortable creating their own reports. SEI also supports multi-source data access. It's a scalable solution for companies of all sizes. It increases the company-wide productivity and the decision making. There's a low total cost of ownership. And last but not the least, it is a fully cloud-enabled solution. And here's what one of our customers have to say about SEI. That initially they were running reports, exporting to Excel, and manually combining and manipulating their data into consolidated statements. Now that they use SEI, they have streamlined all their financial and sales reporting and have shed hours of these processes. As a result, it has improved their accuracy and has allowed more time to be spent on more important business needs. And with that, we come to the end of this presentation, and I hope it gives you a good idea of the various capabilities and functionalities of Sage Enterprise Intelligence. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me at jbogle@tangerinesoftware.com. Thank you so much for joining us on this webinar today, and I wish you a very good rest of the day.